Recently, James Madison University held its final presentation of a course entitled Visions in the City.
And the idea in the course is to look at the results of urban renewal in downtown Harrisonburg and think about how the city could be changed physically, because it was scarred during the process of urban renewal in the 1960s, and it's really never recovered. And it's also done tremendous damage to the community, and the question is how we can heal those wounds.
JMU art history professor David Ehrenpreis taught the course with JMU architectural design professor Ron Daniel. Both professors addressed the small crowd gathered for the presentation.
We've been working with 16 students this semester, students from all over different majors across the university, who are here with us tonight to show you guys their work.
The project was based on an urban renewal enterprise. It happened in Harrisonburg in the early 60s.
Harrisonburg demolished a portion of its central downtown district. This process was called urban renewal, and it was encouraged and funded by the federal government. Planners of that era believed that they were adopting the most progressive and modern ideas about city making in the age of automobiles. The effects of those decisions continue to echo through today. Harrisonburg's African American community was especially and disproportionately impacted by the urban renewal demolitions, and the historic neighborhood of Newtown was especially harmed.
Monica Robinson is the Harrisonburg-Rockingham County NAACP president. Robinson says her family was among the African Americans who lived in Newtown through the urban renewal of the 60s.
I was very interested in finding out how others perceived what a memorial would look like. During the 40s, 50s, and 60s in Harrisonburg, we had certain streets that were main streets, like Johnson in Harrisonburg, that's across from Lucy Sims, and Kelly Street. But prior to that, prior to urban renewal, I heard a lot about Federal Alley and Effinger Street and North Mason Street and Wolf Street, some of the areas that were uplifted, raised, and burned during urban renewal.
The professors challenged the students to learn and reflect on the meaning surrounding the destruction of black communities.
We asked them to think about the possibilities for memories and public monument in our own time. As a conclusion to that work, we asked them to form into teams and propose possible contemporary monuments to acknowledge and respond to those events of over 50 years ago.
JMU senior student Nicole Garazzini worked on the Gathering Project.
The Gatherings Project is this idea of bringing back the gathering spaces that used to be in Harrisonburg, the First Baptist Church, the Effinger Street School, the Colonnade, and the Blue Circle Club, which all focused on bringing the community together through either faith, family, or food. And we wanted to bring back these spaces where the community could get together and bring back that tight-knit community that used to exist.
Nicole did not work on the project alone. Tori Brower is another JMU senior who also worked on the Gathering. Brower explained how the Gathering Project focused on healing.
Focusing on healing, I think it's like I feel like it's a stepping stone for like what's coming next, and like maybe it's setting like a dialogue for like people to talk about it more. And like with talking about it, you're also healing with it in that process.
Ehrenpreis clarified the purpose of the Visions of the City project.
Urban renewal has happened. It has damaged the city in numerous different ways, both in terms of people and in terms of the physical space of the city. What can be done, and how can we remember what happened? What you have on the walls here are not the solution. As you go from station to station talking to the various different students, what you'll hear about their ideas, some of them will be quite ideal and will involve, destroying buildings or moving things, and others will be quite focused. And the idea is these are thought pieces about how we can make the city a better place and how we can heal wounds.
He concluded by telling the crowd it is time for Harrisonburg residents to talk about their painful past.
My hope out of all this is that that discussion then opens up all sorts of possibilities for Harrisonburg to rethink these issues.
In Harrisonburg, Elaine Rackley for Breaking Through News.